Hey, what's up, Lorain County High School basketball fans? Welcome back to another episode of In the Paint. I'm your host, Rocco Nushi. Kristen Bauer behind the camera as always. We're here live at the Chronicle Telegram again for another episode of In the Paint. Now, as we're recording, we don't have the Tuesday night boys results, so we're going to go back to this past weekend and see what happened across the girls and boys basketball front here in Lorain County. And let's start with the boys, where right here in Elyria, it was the Pioneers snapping a two-game losing streak. They hold on to knock off North Ridgeville in an impressive SWC win. 53-49 was the final score there. Now, Pioneers were down 6 with about 4.5 minutes left to go in this contest. It was all North Ridgeville, but Elyria didn't give up, didn't roll over. They found a way to come back, and it all really started with their defense. They forced a number of North Ridgeville turnovers, really sped up the Rangers and got them out of sync. So big shout out to the Pioneers for finding a way to establish their will in the final minutes of that game. Jaden Crutcher, no surprise here, he led the way for Elyria with 17 points. And how about Cam Bell? Had just 1 point in the contest. It was a big one, though. It was the final free throw of the game, made it a two-possession game, really put the icing on the cake, so to speak. So Elyria gets a big win over North Ridgeville this past weekend. And Elyria Catholic, elsewhere across town, they broke a 3-game losing streak by knocking off the Westlake Demons. 70-56 was the final there. How about Jacob Radcliffe, folks? A monster night for him. He had a game-high 25 points. You had 19 from Xavier Castillo as well. So an Elyria Catholic team still growing, still kind of getting their feet under them, but an impressive win over Westlake. And really, it was the defense that shined there. We talked about Elyria's defense. Well, EC's defense came to play this past weekend as well, forcing 19 Demon turnovers in that win. Larry Babics and the Brookside Cardinals over in the Lorain County League, they had 2 wins over the weekend. They stayed perfect in conference play with a 5-0 conference record. They started on Friday with a 67-46 win over Wellington, and then followed that up the very next night with a very impressive win over Open Door, and what was a really good barn burner game, 68-67 the final score there. So the Cards, they're rolling early, very dangerous team to look out for. Still in the not the SWC, the Lorain County League. And finally, in the LCL, Columbia, they outlasted Keystone over the weekend, 55-49 the final score there. Cold shooting night for both teams as each side was held under 45% from the field overall, but it was the Raiders' Nathan Borling, a kid we'll continue to talk about all season long here on In the Paint. He had a team-high 25 points in that win over Keystone. So Columbia and Coach Sharp, they got things rolling over there in Raiderland. On the girls' side, got to give a shout-out to Olmsted Falls' Danielle Cameron. I know we don't always cover O Falls here on the show, but Danielle, she eclipsed the 1,000-point mark this weekend in a game against Avon. Myself and Jared Kozar were actually there on the call. We didn't even realize what had happened. She made a layup, and the whole place just exploded, basically. The whole bench for O Falls ran on the floor to congratulate her. Me and Jared are saying, what the heck's going on? Well, Danielle, she scored her 1,000th career point over there at Olmsted Falls. Tremendous player. So shout out to Danielle Cameron, her entire family and team. What a milestone marker for her to hit. And again, O Falls ended up winning that game over Avon 49-27. And a fun doubleheader this past Saturday over at Avon. The boys found a way to beat the Bulldogs to the Avon Eagles. So a lot of fun this weekend on WEOL. Keystone girls, they stayed perfect over the weekend. They're off to a 12-0 start overall, 6-0 in conference. They had a 50-34 win over Firelands in a game that you heard live on WEOL. Really back and forth early, but Keystone created separation later on in the game, really pulled away and got that win done over Firelands. And the Lady Falcons, they bounced back earlier this week on Monday night, had a 49-40 overtime win against Elyria. Kendra Hardwick had a game-high 18 points. 10 of those came in the overtime period. So huge win for the Falcons after taking a loss earlier in the weekend to Keystone. Really nice bounce-back effort for them against Elyria. So there's kind of what happened over the weekend across the Lorain County High School hoop scene. Tell you what's coming up this week. Well, tonight on WEOL, it'll be the Midview girls at North Ridgeville. Should be a fun SWC clash there. And then this weekend, couple of exciting matchups as well. Rocky River will be at Elyria Catholic on the boys' side Friday night in a game you can hear on WEOL. And then Saturday, a girls-boys doubleheader. First, the girls in the afternoon. It'll be Willard at Vermilion, so a fun SBC girls contest there. And then later at night, we head to LaGrange as Wellington visits Keystone for a Lorain County League battle. That's on the boys' side this Saturday night. So again, Wednesday, girls action, Midview and North Ridgeville. Friday, we head to Elyria Catholic as they take on Rocky River for the boys. And then on Saturday, it's Willard at Vermilion girls in the afternoon, and then Wellington and Keystone boys Saturday night. Again, all of that heard on AM 930 and 100.3 FM at WEOL. So that'll do it for this week. For Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I'm your host, Rocco Nushi, saying thank you for tuning in to In the Paint, live from here at the Chronicle Telegram. We'll see you guys next time.